times period is?
Wait, they asking the boys this too? Oh, I would like to hear these boys explain it. Are boys stronger than girls? And this is on Jubilee's channel. I'm very interested to see what is going to happen here, because it's kids. It's not adults with a bunch of like, presets, and they've lived a life and they're aware of what they should and should not say to a huger degree. Not saying that kids just say anything. Well, I mean, a lot of kids do just say anything, and not to say that they get a pass because they're kids, but kids have the tendency to be more direct and more what's the word I'm looking for, when they just blurt out what they're thinking, and they're not as worried as adults would be in this situation to say what they gotta say, because adults are aware of being dragged in the internet. And middle schoolers, depending on the age of the middle schoolers, they may not really truly understand the gravity. They may be aware to some degree, but the gravity to where they have to be mindful of what they're saying, I don't know. But we're gonna see. If you're checking this out on YouTube, link is in the description box below for you to check out, and let's get into it. Unfiltered, yes, unfiltered. Children are more unfiltered.
Ground is a social experiment that brings humans with opposing beliefs together. Please see the humanity in each participant, and as always, encourage empathy.
And they're like, this is not our views.
I am happy now in my teen years.
Oh wait, this video, I'm nervous. This video contains discussion of sensitive topics that may be upsetting to some viewers. Please be advised. Don't. It's like the gavel from Law and Order SVU will happen. Don't.
I am happy now in my teen years, but then what are my adult years going to be like? So I'm neutral about the future. Hit me with it. I got it. Hit me with it.
Okay. All right. She ready. I don't know if she ready. Skiddy. I don't know if she's that ready. Is she ready? Oh, they have a new intro. Yeah, because we didn't see this, and then
Step forward.
Last views we saw.
With the prompt. Boys are stronger than girls.
It's interesting that the littler one came. The smallest guy came.
Physically, like, for the most part, in gender roles and stuff like that, boys are just supposed to be stronger. That's just a thing that happens. They work out
Emotionally or physically?
And yeah, girls certainly can work out too if they want.
Mm-hmm.
But
girls
again,
can.
It's more common for boys.
Wait, to work out?
Step forward.
Is he trying to say that is the working out thing?
Who's one to say what gender, like, depends, like, who's stronger? It doesn't matter what gender you are. It matters who you are. It doesn't matter what you were born.
Oh, he's so cute.
You could be referring to strength in so many ways, like physically, emotionally.
Emotionally, yeah, mentally.
Strength in your body is placed. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it all just depends. And
yeah,
there's
it's a general statement
that go into it.
I play volleyball, and sometimes we play the boys' teams, and we, we've crushed them a couple times. And it
yes, boo.
So good, so I wouldn't necessarily.
Okay, Sahela.
I think getting rid of like these preconceived notions that like boys go to gyms.
Okay, him using the word preconceived.
At home, like one of my best friends is a girl, and like she's stronger than half the guys I know. My name is Colby. I'm in 8th grade, and I'm a middle school boy.
Colby.
I do have, like, guy friends, but like when I would ask them questions or like when I would try to talk about emotion, it was almost like shut down. And I feel like I have like deeper connections with like women around me than a lot of the men that I do.
It is sad that when you see where guys feel like they can't really talk about emotions, because they get shut down. And I mean, not to say that it's only a guy thing, right? Because it can happen to women too, because people think that women are too emotional. So they try to limit as much emotion they want the women around them to feel, type of thing, right? But it does suck when it is kind of stereotypical for people like in a sad situation to give more care to the women than the men, and the men hurt too, and it's sad to see at an early age there's that feeling like you have to be closed off because you're looked at weaker. You're looked at as if you are weaker because you are a man and you have emotion. So there was this video that I saw today on Instagram. I don't remember if I shared it or not, but it was a guy basically talking about how even like people around him, like kind of telling like how you can help men to feel more comfortable to be open. And one of the things is dismissing, because a lot of the times men and women will dismiss a man that is saying that they have like feelings or an emotion, or they're trying to say something, and they're dismissed as weak or just looked down upon and things like that. And that causes this, from what the guy was saying, which I do agree with, that causes the man to put the wall up or to close up, you know, because they'll feel like they can't be vulnerable and can't be open.
Old enough to date.
This is middle school. What kind of
Obviously more of
what age?
figuring yourself out comes in later years, but I feel like these relationships really shape how you feel about relationships.
Is he
in the
trying to get the
future,
digits?
and it's important to have them.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that it begins to become different when you get into
Not in middle school.
the sexual aspects of a relationship and dating.
What do you know about the
I think
sexual
that
aspects of a
this
relationship?
age, you don't know enough about yourself as a person
Right.
at this age to give
Right.
consent
Right.
correctly.
Yes.
To
Yep.
understand that this is a powerful moment, and I think that like at age 12, it can be kind of hard to grasp.
My little one ain't dating until she gets to high school. She can have her crushes. We could talk about them. We could ooh hee hee and haha about them, but you ain't dating until high school.
You're not me, so I personally would never date, but you guys do your thing. It's like, it's your jazz, not mine, so.
I think there's just a lot more to life.
Who's this cutie?
Like, I want to ride my bike in the middle of the street and then
She's a baby.
eat popsicles and watch my favorite TV show before I have to slow down, which
Hannity?
7 more years before I'm officially an adult. So I think I want to experience life before.
Is she 11?
All that.
I think when we talk about dating, it's like we're going through
She's so
crazy mental
cute.
change. Our mental state is just
Yeah, there's no point in dating at
fragile
this
and,
age.
like insane at this age that like dating to me, like the risk just outweighs the reward, and like Gen Z's, all of our experiences are getting moved up by like 5 years. I think I
Yeah.
can hold out like a few more years. Like I don't think I need to like rush anything.
And I think at this age, we're more prone to, you know, like getting upset over.
Yeah,
smaller
you're still
things
figuring out your
as we get,
emotions,
like,
puberty,
older. And then
hormones.
I also think if like, you know, someone at our age is gonna date, it should be something, you know, light and fun, you know, not anything serious.
I
Right,
feel
right,
like
right.
Dating is more like emotionally focused at our age, and then being like sexually active while dating is like a whole other topic.
Well,
A whole other
both
topic.
People should be present and aware and almost like constantly aware of how they're feeling with one another in order for it to be a safe, healthy relationship.
Well, I mean, either way, if you were
That's
to
a lot
date,
for
like,
kids.
even in the middle of, like, for example, middle school, most of the time it wouldn't work out. So there's no reason to like
That's true.
purposely like do everything you can.
I'll have to say, for middle schoolers, these kids are very wise. Very, very wise. Like when he's talking, the way that he talks, it's like very, very, very wise, very adept, very like he's on it. And even the conversation, the way that they're talking about everything, and these are middle schoolers, like ranging from 11 to 13. I'm just like very wowed right now. Very wowed.
Hold it. Either way, you know it's not really gonna work. It's just a good experience to start yourself and prepare for the future. Hi, I'm Gordon. I'm in 6th grade and I'm a
So it's
middle
like
school boy.
11?
My favorite thing about middle school is probably just the fact that it's not too young to be considered like, you know, a basic school, but it's also not too high up, so you have too many responsibilities at once, like student loans. So yeah,
Oh,
it's very
that's
simple and
that's college.
straightforward.
You don't have to worry about
I
that in high school
understand
either.
what a woman's period is.
Wait, they asking the boys this too? Oh, I would like to hear these boys explain it.
Well, it's like a hormone reaction that causes blood to come out of nowhere. That's essentially it. It happens like maybe a few times a month.
I'm mad he's saying it very matter-of-factly.
Not very comfortable.
It's like once you start it, they say it's supposed to be irregular for the first 2 years, and mine is.
Oh, is that what they
one
tell
time
you?
I didn't have it for 10 months, and then I got it, and it was for 13 days.
Same, but mine is for like 4 months.
Oh my god.
4 months?
It's great that all of you guys know what it is, but I have countless amount of guy friends that will they just don't understand what it is. They think,
So is that sounds like the parents are doing a good job with open communication. Very true, very true, very true. So is that what they tell? Because I mean, I'm an older generation. They didn't tell me, hey, it's irregular for the first 2 years. But mind you, for me, I have PCOS, so it was not just the first 2 years. It was like the rest of my life, even up to now, hella irregular. Where it's funny because I have the Flow app, and the Flow app will constantly tell me I'm late. I'm like, I know, Flow, okay? I have PCOS, all right? It's not going to be on time, all right? Can you please calm down, please? Thank you. Thank you.
For like 10 seconds a day, right? And I'm like, no, that's not what happened.
No.
Yeah.
They
And
think
I
that you
feel like
bleed for
high
10
school,
seconds?
Especially with the pandemic, like we skipped our health unit in 5th grade because of COVID. And
Oh.
it's just our teachers, when we went through sex ed this year, my teacher didn't teach it really.
Oh,
Speaking
dear.
of sex ed, there are no government regulations for what sex ed can be, and you have these people in
They
other
need
places
to.
where their only sex ed is like, don't have sex until marriage, or else you'll get an STD
And die. Yeah, that's what I've heard that before.
Everyone knows because it's such an important thing in a woman's life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if it's not taught, then nobody's learning.
Right, Hannah D.
I
My
don't
goodness, my
like
baby.
how my body looks.
Well, it's good that the other kids
me
have that. I think it's
about
normal.
my weight and how I show up in the world. It's not something I talk to like anyone except for my parents about. Like, it's always a nagging thing, always in the back of my head. Every time I look in a mirror, every time I talk to someone with a body that I like envy, and I can't really go to any of my male friends about it because they're just like, stop being so sensitive.
Oh.
It's fine. And it's like, but I don't think that.
Right.
suffered a
That's
lot
normal,
last
too.
year. Just thinking about myself, I counted calories all the time. I still
Oh,
do it
no.
sometimes when my anxiety gets worse.
No.
You know,
That's not
7th grade
good.
hit, and my closest friend developed an eating disorder, and we have a very
Oh,
similar
dear.
body structure. Like, I know that weight is distributed differently, but it just doesn't.
It is.
It doesn't register well in my head. Because then I'm like, well, if you think you're fat, then what am I? This
Oh,
has been
no,
a big
no.
source of part of my mental health issues.
Oh,
I mean, I
no.
still don't know how to deal with it because I'm still trying to figure myself out.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts because she's so young, you know, but it is normal, you know, in high school, because when your hormones start going, then your body image issues really kick into gear, right? And how you look at yourself and what you think of yourself and all of that stuff really starts to really push self-esteem, confidence, you know, mental health really kicks into gear middle school age to high school and then the rest of your life. And for her to be in this situation, oh, Lang, shout out to, oh, thank you so much. Shout out to Wasabi Cat for the raid. Thank you so much. And thank you for the follow. Shout out to everyone that's joining. My name is Christine. I'm a variety streamer on YouTube, but on here I come and I stream my reacts for my React YouTube channel. You look good. Thank you. Hope you had a great stream. Thank you so much for coming through. You're coming in right now at a more serious time. We're reacting to this Jubilee video about boys versus girls. Are boys stronger than girls? And kind of right now talking about body issues and confidence and, you know, all the things that a lot of you guys probably remember. But thank you guys so much for coming through. I hope you enjoy your time here. And yeah, I thought my internet froze for a second. I was like, wow, what a perfect time, right? Perfect time. But thank you guys so much for coming through. Oh, shout out to Solar the Cloud for the follow. Also shout out to Lakobe Wan Kenobi. I love that. Amy J and then Reese 22. Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you. But yes, okay. You said I used to deal with body issues with either binge eating or not eating at all. Oh dear. Still kind of dealing with that. Baby, you got to see somebody. I do still deal with body issues, right? It's currently not a situation that involves an eating issue, but I did have, we're getting like real. And I was like, do I want to be that honest right now? I've dealt with eating disorders in the past, and it does break my heart to hear that she has a friend that is going through an eating disorder, and she's like counting calories. She's not in the middle of anything right now. Well, I'm not gonna say not in the middle of anything, but she's not in the middle of it right now. But if she continues, especially with the anxiety brought on from her friend having an eating disorder, and she's already got her own body issues, things could get worse if things are not handled for her right now. Yeah, especially like the whole, if you're fat, then what am I thing? If you think that you're fat and we've got the same body build, then what am I, you know? And so it resonated with you as someone who's usually the big friend. Yeah, like it's next level. Thanks so much, Wasabi Cat. Thank you. Yeah, it's next level. That's next level to have somebody, you know, of your same build, have an eating disorder and constantly talk about how they feel like they're fat. And then you're already kind of going through your own body issues, and you're like, it makes it very difficult to navigate those waters. It does. It definitely does.
Yeah, I'm in 7th grade and I'm a middle school girl.
7th grade.
Friends who I know, they don't pressure me into it, but it's just like when they go out wearing like these like Lululemon crop tops, I don't feel like I don't want to wear that kind of stuff. You know, it definitely feeds into my body image issues.
I understand. Not Lululemon. I'd have to look at what that would look like.
Like the looks, I think it really matters about like personality. Yeah.
Okay.
I used to have really bad body dysmorphia. And
Oh,
it's really
no.
hard, especially playing volleyball, seeing everyone with
this
those
young
small little
age.
shorts and then being like, oh, those legs look really nice. Like, oh, I really want to look like that. But then, you know, it's been hard, but I've just grown to realize that, you know, like, I'm who I am, and I look like this. And, you
That's
know, they
good.
look like that, and great, you know.
I know for a lot of guys, like my age, like they're always working out and stuff. And for a while, I was like that. Like I would like go to the gym every day and stuff like that. But then like kind of
To really build up.
I'd be tired. I would have like more extreme mood swings. Like I was just like a less enjoyable person to be around.
Oh, really?
Talk about like how like men view themselves and like their bodies as much.
Personally,
That's true.
never even
You know
thought
what?
about
That is true. When it comes to the conversation about body image, it is more so, it's not as focused on men as it is on women. We just like, I feel like we can be harder on ourselves and our peers on what we look like and accept others, you know, more easily, which is, it sucks, right? We can accept others more easily, but be harder on ourselves and our peers, right? Hey Domo, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. And it sucks like to hear that these kids, they're so young, they're babies. So for her to have dysmorphia and, you know, for him and the guys, I'm sure they're like, oh, if I want a girl, I'm going to need to look like this because the hot guy gets the girl, right? And I got to work out. So I can understand there's a lot of pressure there for them as well.
I just never really thought about how I looked. I had a pretty okay metabolism, and yeah, that's pretty much what carried me, and now we're here.
I think it's just like, hey, my body's here. Cool. Like, I can run with it. I can swim with it. It wasn't with my body
It's so
as
cute.
much as it was with hair, because my hair obviously looked different from your hair. So when I was younger, I straightened my hair once, and everyone had straight hair, and I was just like, I want straight hair. I want to look like her.
I understand that.
My hair is all fluffy and dry. Hers is nice and straight and pretty. So it's just like that feeling of like having to look like everybody else. But I think I've found the confidence now.
That's good. That's good. Because that aspect of, you know, having your natural hair and then feeling like your hair isn't pretty. And that's still a problem even to this day, where there was a girl, it was all over Instagram today. She was at a meet. Was it weightlifting or something like that? It was some type of sport. Let me know if you know down below in the comments. But like, she was like, they told her she couldn't compete unless she took the beads out of her hair. So then her team is there all helping her take the beads out of her hair so she doesn't get disqualified. And it's like, what do the beads have to do with anything? It's the crackdown that people have on hair is like, really? Beads bother you that much? Really? They just take that beads and shove them right off that person's booty hole, okay? Right up in the anus, all the beads. Because like, what does that have to do with anything? How does that impede my ability to lift weights at all? How does it give me power to be a better lifter? You break that science down for me, please. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's frustrating. Like the time they had the dude cut his locks. Yes. Yes. There has been the Crown Act, which everybody take a moment and Google the Crown Act. There's it was started by a few people, but it's passed in a few states where they've made it illegal for people to be discriminated against by their hair. So like jobs can't kick them out, or schools can't, because there was girls, I remember there was 2 girls that were suspended or expelled because of their hair. Their hair was in braids. How stupid are you? You're very stupid, and I hope you love your face. It's stupid the things that people are doing.
Grade, all the girls had straight hair, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I want that straight hair. And then all of those girls were like, Suhaila, I love your hair. You know, your hair is gorgeous. And I was like, really? And then I was just, you know, like I
understand that complex.
Appreciate my hair. It's a part of like who I am, and that's a beautiful part of who I am. And your hair is gorgeous, by the way.
You have really
yes,
great
it
hair.
is.
I feel like I understand my sexual orientation.
Well, I mean, there's not really any room to it. It's just you're straight or you're not, in which case, if you're not, it becomes complicated. But if you're straight, it's pretty obvious.
Fair.
Who's he having these conversations with? I'd like to know. Lang, shout out to Murmur for the boots. Thank you so much for the boots. Dysmorphia has always been a problem with me. I see pictures I took of myself years ago thinking that was the best I've ever looked. But I know at the time I couldn't stand my body and the way I looked. I feel like that is something that'll follow me for a long time. That's like a huge truth. Like I've always had self-esteem issues. I've always had body issues. I never really thought, outside of like moments, right? Outside of moments, I never really thought that I was pretty. I never really thought that I was pretty. Never really thought that I was gorgeous. But I remember there was one time I had a photo shoot. There'll be like a couple of photos that I'll see and I'll be like, oh my goodness, that is a very beautiful photo. Very beautiful photo, right? But like I used to be 112 pounds, guys. I remember when I was 108 pounds and I gained to 112 and I was like, oh my goodness, what's happening, right? I remember, and I look at myself now and I'll look back at those pictures and I see those pictures and I'm like, I should have cherished that body. I should have cherished the person that I was then. I should have cherished my body, loved myself then, right? And I didn't. But it's like, man, and now I'm definitely not 112 pounds. I look like I ate 112 pounds, okay? But like, I like, it's a weird thing, you know, to not value yourself at that time, but then to look back and see it. And then, you know, so I can relate to what you're saying. I can relate.
I'm gay and asexual. Putting labels on things helps me. So yeah, that's how I identify at this point. And I am very confident in that. And I mean, depending on where I am, I'll be more out.
I want to say that I do love the fact that he said that, because I do feel like that's not really talked about it a lot about, and this is strictly not in the way of people using labels to dismiss or demean people, but there are some people who are like, I don't like labels. I don't like to be put in a box. And it's not that, and yes, be free, be whoever you want to be. But when it comes to somebody trying to understand, because like this little one here said, which is the truth, when you're straight, it's straightforward. You're straight, that's it, right? When you're not, there's like and we learned about asexual and aromantic, and then there's like so many things in the spectrum. And having labels is the same thing as having a word to define so that people can understand, right? Because that's what a lot of us are trying to do, is to understand. I mean, yes, there are haters everywhere. They exist. They hate for a lot of reasons, because of whatever your gender you've chosen, or the gender you are, the sex you've chosen, the sex you are, who you like, who you don't like, all that, you know, they will hate. But there are a lot of us that are trying to understand, and that's why we need words, so that way we know and can understand who you are, and, you know, find ways to make sure that not only that we move in a way that is comforting for you to feel comfortable or for you to feel safe, but also for us to have like an understanding, you know, and be more aware of the different types of people that are out there, and a more understanding of everyone, you know, empathetic, sympathetic, all of those things. I'm one of those people who don't like labels. They just don't help me do know they work for some, and I'm like, oh, lucky. Okay. I get where you're looking at. Friend, hi Vic, how you doing? Vic? Can I get a shout out for Vic in the chat, please? Friend. Why did that automatically take me to like a gospel song? Friend, there will never be a friend as dear to me. I love that song. That's great. You can't. Yeah, I normally lurk in your streams and like say something, and now you're lurking in mine. You're saying something. Hello. How the world comes back around.
So yeah, that's how I identify at this point, and I am very confident in that. And I mean, depending on
That's
where I
good.
am, I'll be more
That's
out
good.
or less out. I have to hide who I am because I'm in fear for.
I'm sorry.
I figured out I was asexual a little later, just because
I'm sorry.
sexual attraction becomes something that people increasingly begin to have.
Yeah, hormones.
Had 'em. That's how I identify at this point in time. And I mean, sexuality is obviously like a fluctuating spectrum. Hi, I'm Owen. I'm an
You're very young to be this wise. For everyone coming in, Vic, as well, we're checking out. You came at a more serious time. We were laughing like 2 seconds ago at a Pinocchio thing. It's a whole other story. But like right now, we're checking out our Boys Stronger Than Girls Middle Ground video with by Jubilee. Oh, I guess the mods are in here. Hold on. I guess the mods are in here. Hold on. First, I want to do boom. Hopefully I do this right. If I didn't, Vic, I'm sorry. Oh, there, I did it right. Boom, I did it right. Okay. Oh, Ty, you're here? Oh, okay. It looks like there's some words here. Welcome to the gay community where gay men are usually labeled by their sexual position when having sex. Wait, what? Fully agree, Christine. Like for me, I always had body insecure feelings when I was in middle school and high school. I used to show cleavage to kind of compete with girls who guys found attractive. My period made me gain weight and I started taking birth control. Oh, at that early age? Yeah, for me, I can, I like when it came to like dressing up in school, I can't say that I figured out fashion. Not until like now of knowing, like I'm 33. Am I 33 or 34? Yeah, I'm turning 34 this year. I'm 33 years old. And I did not know how to really dress myself until maybe this year. That is sad. When I was younger, I wore a lot of hand-me-downs, right? I wore whatever was given to me or whatever my mom got. I mean, and then there were things that I thought were cute, right? But to know like what my fashion identity was or what it is that I want to wear, I didn't know that then at all. And so I didn't realize that I could change the way I looked, like clothes-wise, that could have made me feel comfortable and happier back then. I just kind of accepted what I was wearing, and with that came insecurities. And I'm not saying that my clothes may be insecure, but if I had, like looking back, if I knew what I wanted to wear then, I think I would have had way more comfort and more comfortability in who I was. Not saying it would have changed everything completely, like, ooh, all problems gone, but I definitely think it would have made things better. Yeah. I didn't know what my identity was, like fashion wise. Otherwise, Owen being this wise at such a young age is sad because it just proves to a degree that he was forced to grow up early, and that can be very sad. I mean, yes and no, right? Because him being wise in his sexuality doesn't really lean to like he was forced out of, because I was going to say doesn't mean he wasn't forced out of trauma, but then he did make the statement of that, how he has to hide because of his safety. So yes, I do agree that he is wise, probably because of trauma, and not necessarily just his trauma, but also around him, and kind of seeing how people who are like him, how they get treated, how do people approach them, how do people interact with them, right? And because of that, this is how he has to hide. So yes, I can see that. I can see that. I wish I was able to express my fashion identity when I was younger. Yes. Ooh, yes. I wish we knew then.
8th grade, and I'm a middle school boy. Coming out in my school, it was definitely an experience. I received tremendous support from the small but strong LGBTQ plus community within my school.
That's good.
It made me feel amazing about who I was. And
I do feel like
felt
times are getting
people
better slowly.
were like me, but it still was a little isolating. It made it hard to relate to some of my male peers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've never kissed anybody. And it's like, I've really never had an attraction to anybody, so how would I know if I'm gay, straight, or bi? I just don't know yet.
To me, it's not that big of a
I
factor.
think
Like,
that's
I think
possible
everyone
to
has a
not know
personal
yet.
journey of like self-discovery, and for me, like if I am gay, bi, or anything like that, like I can just see like how I react to that. But I think right now, like I'm not anything. Like I'm just like neutral.
Yeah,
I do feel like at this age you can not be anything, because you having an attraction isn't something that you're probably into right now, which is normal for people to not have. It's normal to have to want to get with people at that age, and it's also normal to not want to get with people at this age. You guys are young, y'all are babies, you're little babies. It'll come as you get older. It will. Sadly but truly. The birth control was not because of sexual activity. I just thought it would be. Oh, no. Yeah. For birth control, the reason I was saying at the young age, because, normally it is when you start becoming sexually active, right? However, because of health issues that you may have when it comes to your period, you may have to take it earlier. So I didn't assume sexual activity. I assumed, period. I just thought it would make me better responsible to protect my body. I wasn't a fast girl. Oh, no. I wasn't thinking that at all. I was made fun of for my appearance, clothes. I don't know why I said appearance. Appearance, clothes, body. I was just sad during middle school. High school became better, but I grew to just trust others first, keep my distance, and numb to negative comments. I understand. Sadly. I completely understand. Shout out to bruh, why can't life be an anime? For the follow. Thank you. I love your name. And Lil Stewie, shout out to you. And Unbroken, shout out to you as well. As well as Next and ASCL3. Thank you all for the follows.
About it being like super simple, but between like whether or not you're straight or you're just anything else.
For anything else that could take a whole lot longer. Yeah, I could totally see that.
I feel like it's even hard to sometimes know if you're straight. Like there's just like this like time where I feel like middle school and high school is mostly that time where you just don't know where you are, and most people find it in college. So
some do find it in college. Yeah.
I have to find myself because I don't know myself.
We have a leadership class that likes going through LGBTQ stuff right now, and I'm thinking you can't really know if you're gonna be like bi, gay, straight. It doesn't really matter. You don't know until you get like older. That's really my opinion.
Well, I feel like that's fair that you're young. I feel like you can discover it as you get older. I do feel like some people know early and know at this age. And then I feel like for a lot of us, you figure out as you get older,
I disagree with the stipulation that you have to be older to understand. I'm saying everyone, again, has their own personal journey. I can look back and see moments where I was attracted to men when I was like in kindergarten. So I think that it really depends, and I think that it really becomes this thing of like how we as a society look at sexuality.
I've been harassed online.
Why did the other one almost stand up or almost come forward but decided not to?
Race. I'm like originally from like a really white area in the South, and I was like the only black person in my whole like elementary
Not my
school.
Colby.
And this kid somehow like found like my Instagram or something and just started calling me the N-word. I think I was like 8 or 9.
Really?
And I think it affected me because like I started like talking less like in like the class, and I just felt like almost like alone. And when I
baby.
was trying to tell like some friends I had at the time, like they didn't really like get it because
Yeah,
a lot
they
of my
wouldn't.
friends were also like white, and they just thought that it was like someone playing like a prank.
I have
It's
a
not
similar
just a prank.
experience. I actually have a blog, and in the comment section, you know, someone called me the N-word. I've never been called it, and yeah, it's
Idiots.
beyond what I've expected. So,
They
it
are
just
idiots.
made me feel very little, and like, I don't know, just like I couldn't do anything.
How? Okay. I had to take a breath. Some people would give the excuse that because they're young and that because the kids that are bullying them are young, that, oh, they're just kids. Kids just do that. Well, kids can also just get slapped. Okay? Kids can also just get kicked or, you know, pushed, shoved, punched, elbowed, you know, beat down, you know, those things can happen to kids too. That is my response. Like, you, wherever it may fall on, right? Whether if someone wants to blame the parents of the kid or the culture of the kid that is being a bully or their life, and hurt people. I understand that. But if you want to use that statement, hurt people, which is a statement I understand and I have said, right? But if someone was like, oh, this kid is hurt because all these things happen in his life and that's why he hurt her. Well, then now you've hurt her, so she can hurt you now. Like, stop making excuses, okay? Stop making excuses, because kids can hurt. The things that kids have done before, like toxicity, things like that, have ended lives. Lives have ended. You see it on the news. So stop just saying, oh, they're kids. They're just kids. You know how kids can be. Well, you know how a belt can be, okay? You want to know? I can help you. I can.
And yeah, but cyberbullying especially, you know, it hits the same amount as like if someone was like in person telling you something. So
That's ridiculous.
I'm in 8th grade and I'm a middle school girl. Sometimes I'm a little bit scared of bullies, and I've always been, but I'm learning to stick up to bullies because I hate when people just pick on you for a reason that you can't control. Sometimes bullies are, you know, really surprised that I'm speaking up to them because they
That's good.
like someone like me, someone who tries to be kind as much as they can, stick up to them. So I always see a surprised look on their face, but I know that I'm doing the right thing.
That's good.
It was a different kind of online harassment. It was unsolicited pics that I did not want over Snapchat.
Oh my gosh,
And
no.
Just like a certain person continuing to send me things and then like blackmailing me on things.
Oh my
When I
goodness.
first got my Instagram, like the first year, I posted some photos, and then like the first couple minutes, I already started to get harassed by this
Oh my
random
gosh.
person. It just really made me uncomfortable because I didn't know.
If
who
it's
they were.
hold on, if it's adults, because I mean, you know that that happens. Let's not act like that don't happen. That it's an adult, you know, attacking children online, right? If you're an adult and you're like, hey, I'm gonna bully these kids, you need to fall off a cliff, okay, at fast speeds, because what is you doing picking on some kids, bruh? What are you doing? That's crazy.
It was like really creepy.
That is crazy.
Well, I mean, I could see why 5 of you have been harassed like that. That's over a half of us. That's because just you don't know who a person is. If they just come up
Why
with
did he
no
almost come forward and step
saying
back?
anything
That's my
like that,
question.
the thought of being able to completely go like incognito, nobody knows who you are, so you can't get punished for anything. That gives like these disgusting people like a lot of power. And
Very
wanna
true.
Use it and
You don't know who Pickle Jam 3000 is. It could be your best friend or it could be some pedophile online. You never know, and it's just creepy. It's like, ooh.
With me, the person who did that, I actually like went to school with them. Like that was like someone I saw like every day.
These people
Goodness.
become these completely different identities as they begin to just like turn into the worst versions of themselves. They give into the
Or they're
worst
honest
compulsive
versions of
thing.
themselves.
As soon as I'm done, I'll just delete it and no one can ever know. You have no accountability.
Zero accountability.
I'm excited for the future.
Okay, I was like, why are none of the guys coming up? All right, here's Colby. Okay, the other guy came up.
I think
Yeah,
Elizabeth
she's
hesitated there.
Olivia's
because
expressive.
I'm excited if the future holds change. And there are other futures that are starting to make themselves known that I am not excited about, like the Texas abortion law, the Florida Don't Say Gay bill that forbids LGBTQ plus education up to
The state I live in. Florida House of Representatives passed the Don't Say Gay bill. In February 2022, the Florida House of Representatives passed the Don't Say Gay bill. It is awaiting a vote in the Florida Senate. The bill legally bans any discussion of sexual orientation and gender identity topics within Florida classrooms from kindergarten to grade 3. So I feel like the problem we have, right, with situations like this is it's like that pushback to change or anything that you're unfamiliar with, where you're like, hey, let's this really screams pray away the gay type of mindset, right? Where I feel like the problem you cause here, right, is an inability for kids to understand the world that they're walking into. You may have, and this is the thing, like you can't, it says this, that any discussion of sexual orientation and gender identity topics within Florida classrooms, right? What if little Johnny has 2 dads? What if little Betty has 2 moms? You know? And are they not allowed to talk? Like where are the lines drawn? Are they not allowed to talk? Are their parents not allowed to come to things? Like how far does this go? How far into discrimination does this continue to bleed into or breed? When you're like, hey, it says from kindergarten to grade 3, so they can talk about it in preschool. That's also weird. Like, why did you start at kindergarten? Do you not count preschool? Maybe they don't count preschool, but like preschool, we could talk about it. But hey, we're going to talk about it again in 4th grade. See you then? Like, really? And the thing is, like, life is happening around these children. And I am not saying that you need to tell them what they are, right? But to not be able to talk about it, like, I don't think it's a teacher's right to step in and tell a kid who they are in regards to sexual identity. That is not their place at all, right? You are supposed to create a safe space for these kids to be themselves and show up as themselves and learn about themselves and learn about the people around them. But it's not your place to tell a person who they are. So with that, they should be able to have, if the discussion happens, right? Having the discussion should be allowed to happen because life is happening around them. You may not be able to talk about it in this classroom, but when they get outside the halls or when they walk outside, they're going to see people from the alphabet crew, the alphabet community. And I'll say that because there are a lot of letters. They're going to come across that. You can't act like it doesn't happen, you know? Yeah, people are severely afraid of change. They're afraid that Black people were going to take over the world. That was like a fear, a stated fear that we were going to, what they call it? There was like a real fear. Even when Obama was getting elected, there was this real fear that Black people were going to riot in the streets and then just murder a bunch of white people. That was like a legit fear that people had. And it's like this mindset that you look at people so unilaterally, like as if they are just one thing or another. Like if you are like gay or of the community, right? Then you must be this type of person. When that's not even true within the community, because there's such a spectrum of people and what they like and don't like and who they are. But none of that prays to who they are as a person and their personality. It's only who they choose, who they love or are attracted to. That is what we're arguing. Who they love and who they're attracted to. Lang, shout out to OM Jess for the raid. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thanks so much for everybody coming through. Welcome. My name is Christine. You came at a very serious time. We still in serious time. Come on, Locks. Thank you. Hey, Jess, how was your stream? Right now we are checking out boys versus girls, or boys stronger than girls. And currently we're talking about the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida. Yeah, they came out serious. Everybody coming in at this time. Not when we was laughing at Pinocchio. Everybody coming in right now. Oh, Lang. We got the avocado. Look at this little cute dude. He's so adorable. Hi, little baby. You're so cute. Shout out to, oh my gosh, Rashad, who gifted a tier 1 to Jess. Thank you so much. I was listening and my chat will have much to say, lol. That's great. Hi, Virgo. New Lawn, Florida. Yes, unfortunately. But yeah, the thing is, the crazy thing that people are arguing is attraction and sexual attraction, not who they are as people. You know, you being anything, right? From whatever your sexual identity is, has nothing to do with how you are going to be as a person to other people. Your journey affects that. Your life, your culture, your society affects those things. Your family affects those things, but not your sexual identity. And what's crazy is that the people who passed the bill, right, of Don't Say Gay and say you can't have these conversations, right, are the same people that doesn't want the government to tell them what to do. Do you understand how crazy that is? How crazy that is. It be them same people. They be like, you can't tell me what to do. I want to carry my gun. You can't tell me I can't carry my gun. But you know what? Don't you dare say gay in the classroom. I just live here, okay? Don't blame me for the state I live in. All right? Don't blame me for the state I live in. It's not my fault. I just live here.
6th grade, that's probably going to pass. It's like, these are futures I do not want to see, but there are also futures that I am more than excited about.
I feel like Gen Z specifically, we're really, ahead of the game in social change, and I think that that's going to carry us far if we use it to the best of our capability. So.
Right, and they're trying to stop that.
Another note, I'm excited for the experiences I'm gonna be able to travel by myself, and there's just so much more I can do, but at the same time, it terrifies me. Because
you just want the freedom.
And I have so much responsibility.
Yeah, definitely.
It's terrifying.
Adulting is not as fun as you guys think it is. Just to let you know.
That's like a lot of people I know, they're like, that's where I really found myself.
I'm excited for the future to see how I grow as a person.
Oh, the baby, I love you.
Than everyone here. So I'm just excited to see how I grow when I get to be you guys' age. I'm also
they're her future.
I do act, so I also want to see that grow. And I do have a podcast, so I also want to see that grow. Oh my God.
What's her podcast?
Hi, my name is Hanadi.
Hi, Hanadi.
I'm in 6th grade, and I'm a middle school girl. The podcast is 9.5 Podcast because I made it when I was 9. And I basically talk.
Hold on, we have to find it. She said 9.5 podcasts. Let's Google 9.5 podcast. Let me see. Did I find it? Apple Podcast. We're gonna take a quick. I found it. Here it is. There she is. Look at her. Look at the cutie. This is Apple Podcast, right? But obviously you guys can take that and, find it on wherever you get your podcast from. But oh my goodness. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. Oh man. I'm gonna listen to her podcast for sure. Oh, she's got 17 ratings, 4.8 out of 5. Ooh, baby do baby. Oh, she's so cute, so adorable. Yes, I will be listening to her podcast. Faux show. Shout out to Kiara and Fruit Star and Dejan for the follow. Thank you guys so much. Oh, and Uzumaki. It's my less world as well. Thank you guys all for the follows.
About peer pressure on a lighter level, toxic friendships versus clean friendships. A lot of things in that matter.
So cute.
I am neutral.
I love the
about
initiative
future.
she has.
Hit me with it. I got it. Hit me with it. But it's like, I am happy now in my teen years, but then what are my adult years going to be like? So I'm neutral. Future, come at me. But I'm also happy here. So that's just how I feel.
Okay.
I don't really like to.
I think she's nervous.
Because the older you get, it's thinking like the more people you can lose.
Oh.
And I don't really like to think that.
Oh.
My name is Nino. I'm in the 6th grade, and I'm a middle school boy.
Poor
I'm
guy.
not excited to be in middle school because I'm aging, and I kind of want to stay young. But
Aw,
on
baby.
the other hand, it's fun to go to middle school and learn about a lot of new things.
What a lot of you said, it's responsibilities, losing a loved one, being all alone. All of that combined is why I don't want to think about the future specifically.
Oh, okay.
And essentially, these are the golden years of our life. Teenagers. It's perfectly balanced.
Yeah, teenagers.
I would disagree.
Well,
that it's
college.
perfection, because our bodies are going through such rapid change. The way you stand in the world, you change your personality. What feels like close to every month to see what, like, how you can fit in with.
I
the
loved
world,
high school,
but you never
but
seem to fit in, and you always feel alone. And
a lot of people have said that when they get to college, that's when they really feel like, they're there, So it can vary.
that is not perfection. But I mean, if the future is going to be even worse, I guess I'd rather stay here.
Mm.
I believe
It's unknown.
relationships will last forever.
Oh. I'm gonna tell you right now. No, boo, they won't. There's only one person I talk to from that age that I'm not related
really
to.
Close friends. We've been friends together like for a long time already. I remember one of them asked me to come to like a sleepover, and it was kind of like a huge thing because like that was the first time I ever had any sleepover. Like those are bonds that are gonna like hold us together like forever. And I know that like a lot of people I'm friends with now, like I won't be friends with them.
You
forever,
won't.
But
You won't, boo.
there are people in my life.
We
that
want
are
to,
always gonna be together.
but you won't, love.
That's my person right there. Like they've been through like with me like thick and thin.
And I have this
There's
one
more thick
friend
and more
that
thin to come,
I'm
boo.
allowed to go to her house, and her family is really sweet to me. She's really sweet to me, so I honestly think it will last very, very long.
My current best friend, like the person that I go to for literally everything, we went through a really rough patch this year. We weren't really talking very much for a good 3 months.
Oh, dear.
And there was a while where neither of us knew if we were ever going to be friends again because we told each other that we just kind of needed a break. And then about 2 months ago, she texted me and was like, I think I have taken a good amount of space. And
That's gonna happen again.
Be like close friends again.
It's gonna happen again, boo.
I feel the same way, and I feel like we now know our boundaries better, and I honestly think we're gonna
That's good.
last.
That's good.
Hypothetically speaking, if my
Knowing
friend
boundaries
for
is helpful.
a really long time moved, we could still message, hi, how's new house or whatever. We'd still be friends because even though she's not like right in front of my face, she's right in front of her phone and I'm right in front of my phone. So it's like we're kind of connected. Therefore, we could always technically be friends forever. I'm Olivia.
Technically.
I'm in 8th grade and I'm a middle school girl. Some things I love about my friendships in middle school is the connection we have. The fact that we went from elementary school to middle school is this big transition. It's like we
I just
see
want to give her a
each other
hug. I think she's
as we grow,
nervous.
we learn more amazing things and our bond grows so much more. It's just amazing. I love it.
Yeah, I think she's just nervous.
I remember having like a bunch of great friends in like preschool, kindergarten, and now it's been years, and I don't know where they live. We're not even in contact anymore.
Yeah, as you grow,
Has their phone number,
them
but
high
we
school,
haven't been in contact,
middle school,
so
you ain't gonna remember them, boo.
friendships like last forever. They can, but like sometimes you're not in touch, or
Yeah, and like anything can happen. Like
Yep.
those types of like annoying things, like social media, things like that, can ruin friendships in the terrible circumstances. And I hate to be the annoying one and say, "Oh, you can die. That's not forever." But
Oh dear.
yeah, friendships can have anything happen to them. Some of them last forever, but mine personally, I don't know. I don't think they will.
See
They won't.
friendships that seem like they are going to last forever get more and more dysfunctional as time goes on until the people separate and never talk to each other again.
Dear.
I've gotten stuck in
Dear.
this cycle of losing friends, getting bullied, having everyone like gang up on me and I'm the one person that's alone, and I'm just pessimistic about it now. I don't think friendships will last
Oh,
forever.
that's
I think
sad.
that like no matter how good your friendship is, something's gonna screw it up.
And I also think it's about
It's sad that he has this mindset because of experiences that he had where there was a lot of toxicity and, you know, like he said, people were ganging up on him and he ended up feeling alone. It's a natural transition that you're going to fall out of touch with people. It happens even now, you know, and especially when you're a kid, these people that you're talking to in middle school, you may like, there's only one person that I still have in my life to a degree, right? From, like when I was a kid, and that's because our lives constantly intertwine us. It's not things that we do that have kept us in each other's lives. We'll reach out to each other every now and again, but for the most part, it's literally just been life where our families are friends with each other and still talk to each other. And like she moved up here after I moved up here, but not for me. Her dad was living in the same area. So when she connected and we were like, oh, we're in the same place. And then we were both having kids around the same time. We're in the same place. I've accepted that God has placed this person to be in my life for the rest of my life. And I don't say that begrudgingly. It's just funny because when I think about it, it's not that we've worked really hard to keep it, to stay in each other's lives. That's the thing. It's more so that life has just constantly just put us together. But like, that's the only reason why. If that didn't happen, I literally would not be talking to anybody, like having a friendship, right? Not an acquaintance, but a friendship with anybody from when I was a kid. You grow up, you know? Look at those hand motions. Yeah, she's definitely nervous. Yes. Props for them being optimistic, I guess. Yeah, but hopefully it doesn't hurt too much. This one where she's talking about that's that on again, off again friendship. I do hope that because she has set boundaries and they've learned that at an early age, that is so wild, but so great. I think that can be helpful for them, but it is still possible for it to, life is going to happen. Anything can happen.
you know, like taking friendships day by day. It's not about thinking about what you're going to do in I don't know, like 10, 20 years.
Right.
You're still gonna be
You guys are
friends,
kids.
it's just about having fun with that person.
Worry about like the
You know,
next
thinking
year,
about
not the
other
next
people
10
too
years.
much, because I feel like it's all in the moment, and that's what we should be focusing on. So.
Y'all, that was. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Nice work, guys.
Yeah, those like, want to be in a video? Follow us at Jubilee Media. So okay, and you can sign up for their casting newsletter. I'm like, do I want to sign up? But then there's the whole thing of where are they and would I have to fly out there? If I'm paying my own way, then I don't want to fly over there just for this video. It'd have to be like I'm doing other things and then I would join, you know? But again, how does that relate to if boys are stronger than girls? Well, they did ask that question. I think what they did was the "Are boys stronger than girls" thing was just one of the questions that they asked, because they asked that, and that's when there was that conversation of which strength, physical or mental, emotional, that all happened. I want to be on there. I'm trying to see something. Go ahead, Destiny. It's jubileemedia.com/casting. Listen, if y'all go on there and I know you in the comments here and y'all going on there, let me know. I gotta see the video. I gotta see what you do. Let me know if you in that blind date people with, just off their bodies video, or if you're like, hey, middle ground. This is where I stand and I want to have this conversation. Child, they gonna kick me off. You have to go on there on middle ground, Destiny. You have to. I'd throw hands most likely. No. And be shaken from nerves. You'll be doing the Olivia thing. Like Olivia was nervous, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't think that anything from these kids were truly problematic. Honestly, it more so speaks to the possibility of a brighter future for society as a whole, because the way that these kids could be so open-minded and have that ability to be understanding. Well, I was gonna say they're not talking through their pain, but one could argue that they're so young that a lot hasn't happened yet for them to talk through pain, right? Not to dismiss any pain they've been through, but since they're young, more things are bound to happen in their life, right? And then normally it'll be some things that happen from now until high school that'll cause people to only talk through their pain, and they're not there yet. So one could argue that might be a reason, but at this point, it feeds to or leans to the possibility of a bright future, because they were very articulate, PG, very articulate, very understanding, open-minded. The only issue is that they're not making laws right now, right? So the people who are making laws right now are not as articulate or understanding or open-minded. So, one can hope. Shout out to Lottie Momo Chen for the follow. Thank you so much. But let me know down below which question or which conversation did you like the most and why? Was it the most articulate? Was it the most surprising? Like what did you like most about it? Let me know down below. On to the next video.